chair.
A disturbing pattern has emerged in the adult film industry. Young stars with their whole lives ahead of them have drifted off of the rails, gone missing, or even died. With at least 5 of these tragedies in the past 3 months, what's going so terribly wrong within the industry to lead to this? And how is this industry destroying society as a whole? Well, let's find out where these formerly acclaimed adult film stars are today. You see, Willis was one of the few examples of a success story in adult film. Her early life reads like the dream of anyone looking to make their way into the industry. While details about her life are shaky, it seems like lots of stars she began with nothing. Growing up in a small village in Utah, Emily was a quiet, introverted girl growing up. She kept a low profile during high school, moving out to San Diego to try and build a life for herself. But after some short-lived jobs in sales that didn't work out, Emily was broke. She had no money and nothing to do, all whilst living in one of the most expensive places in America. But then suddenly, at the age of 18, Emily was swiping through Tinder, matching with different guys, until she would meet a man called Andre Garcia, who she began to date shortly after. But this was far from any fairy tale romance story, and it wasn't just a regular date, because Garcia is now known as one of the most infamous men behind Girls, a sinister website which acted as just one of many tube sites online. Garcia and his colleagues would trick and coerce women into appearing in adult videos, which they told them would only ever be sold as DVDs outside of the country. Sometimes they would offer young girls work as models, only to later force them into doing nude videos instead. They even hired another young woman to convince potential victims to go along with it, figuring that that would seem more trustworthy. Emily was just one of the many girls they exploited, but her story went much further than most of the others. Her videos proved immensely popular on the site, and soon enough, she was receiving offers from all sorts of different producers to star in their videos. It wasn't always easy. Emily's family were distraught when they learned about her new career, and it completely destroyed their family relationship for years, as you can imagine. But on the surface, it seemed like everything was going well. This is how the industry tricks women into joining it in the first place, and how it tricks young men into thinking it's acceptable to watch. Everything seems great on the surface until you find out some very nasty, sinister consequences. The side of the industry nobody wants you to know, as Emily would soon find out. After this, Emily would soon star in over 700 films over the course of her career.
Wow.
She won multiple awards and became one of the most popular actresses on the internet. But
That checks out.
Emily even began making a career outside of the industry and branched out into other online spaces. She even went on the Sidemen's real-life Tinder videos, which gained over 56 million views. But behind the scenes of all of these vlogs, all of these videos,
I ain't had bad at all.
was a gnawing mental health problem, a nagging voice inside of her. You see, Emily was dealing with terrible addiction problems. Surrounded by young people working for fast money, it's inevitable that these people will encounter drugs at some point. But eventually, the lifestyle of being in this industry being swept into this line of work got far too much for her to bear, and so she retired from making videos at just 23 years old. A good move, but the damage it did was starting to take a toll, as unfortunately the downward spiral that industry sent her into couldn't be reversed. And 2 years later, on February the 5th of 2024, everything changed, and when Emily was tragically admitted to critical care at a California hospital after suffering from a heart attack just a week after entering a rehab facility. This happened because she had overdosed.
That's what I heard.
And despite waking up recently,
doctors
don't believe she'll ever fully recover. Hopefully she does. And now this might seem
she's still with us?
Incident. However, unfortunately, it's an increasingly common
prayers for Emily.
You see, of course, we all know these sites, the people making these videos, and the production companies behind them are always exploitative. Young, unstable people looking for quick money can use it as a crutch to support a fast lifestyle. Instant fame, success, and money and validation that destroys you morally later on. Meanwhile, there's plenty of people and companies eager to exploit their fleeting popularity before moving on to the next victim. But with the rise of the internet and the massive explosion of tube sites, it's all gotten so much worse. The tube sites sell themselves as offering
What's a tube site?
freedom and empowerment for the performers in the videos, but in actuality,
adult
only
film?
makes things far more competitive and cutthroat for people looking to enter the industry. The sheer amount of choice in videos on these platforms mean women rarely get a chance to make a name for themselves. The majority star in just 2 or 3 videos before giving it up. For the little pay they do receive, they've traded their privacy and their dignity. The videos they are in rarely get removed from the internet and stick around forever, as they get uploaded over and over again, showing one of the most intimate acts to the entire world repeatedly for an audience of millions. However, for the majority of performers that don't make it through the industry, there are
clap for him. Clap for him.
Is the infamous Khalifa, fleeing her home country of Lebanon as a child and moving to the United States, Khalifa's life was relatively ordinary at first. After graduating high school, she went to college to study art, whilst working as a waitress and a model on the side. When she was 21, she was approached to star in adult films, which almost overnight brought her huge fame and success, if you want to put it that way.
I am just loving the success and loving everything that I've gotten because of it.
And I say that because the way she gained fame and success was probably done in one of the worst ways possible. You see, in one of her first videos, Khalifa and her co-star were wearing hijabs, and that became its whole own news story. Death threats and anger came flooding in from across the Middle East, while news outlets like CNN and the Washington Post caught on and almost instantly made her a household name. And overnight, she became the most searched for name on the most popular websites. Mrs. time in the industry was short, and she clearly got the paycheck she was looking for. Despite saying that she was only paid $12,000 over the course of her career, the companies who made her videos have said that it was at least 10 times that much. But even in the best case scenario of becoming the most popular star around in just a few short videos, Mia still says she has a bunch of regrets. She's described how difficult it has been to shake this reputation, to find a regular job, or to ever be taken seriously.
I would say that if I had never met that person, I never would have done the things that people know me for doing, and I could have just been living life normally, making $18 an hour, hopefully.
But you can't feel too sorry for her. I mean, it's hard.
One time I was working out in the gym, and I seen the man that I used to take, the group that I hung out with, a couple guys, few guys, a lot of girls, and I'd take them, and me and my man would take them to dinner. And, obviously that was just something we did over and over again, weekly. I want to say bi-weekly, but weekly. We'd basically go to this one spot. Great food, good spot in the city. If I'm ever out here and around that area, I'll go. I seen the owner at the gym. We started speaking in the locker room, and I said something along the lines of, "You're the reason I'm here," or "You're the reason I'm double timing," or "You're the reason I gotta maintain." It was a joke, He makes great food. His family makes great food. It was a joke. I later got into some trouble and ran into someone, and something had happened, and I was being, rehabilitated, and I seen a young guy that was probably the first guy to ever really get into it with me, that we started running and gunning together. And there was a woman, and she said, something along the lines like, "What did you guys think when you seen each other?" And I said, wait a minute. So that because I knew the name was familiar, but I didn't think nothing. And he knew my name, but he knew my nickname. And right away, when we looked at each other, we realized, bro, this was my guy since day one, and I just didn't even put it together. And the first thing I said to him was, "You're the reason I got in. You're the reason I'm here." Again, joking. I made my own decisions to land me where it landed me. And I made my decisions to eat as much as I could. I say that to say, that just shows a little bit of Mia Khalifa's character. I'm not going to judge her and assume who she is or who I think she is. But I was joking when I said those things. There was no truth to them at all. Because the reason I can make a joke like that is because it's so far from me to actually take that and try to blame someone for my decisions. Whoever it is she's speaking about saying, "Oh, if I never met," that's such a poor character flaw for her to say that about somebody. Like, you made your own decisions. You weren't complaining when you were getting money. You weren't complaining when you were spending the money. And you weren't complaining when people wanted to take pictures and celebrities were flying you out and people were in your DMs. Even if you didn't get flown out, you seen your DMs flooded with a bunch of guys that learned of your career and obviously were lusting after you. So you weren't complaining any other time. And now that you regret, which, by the way, respect. I respect the fact that she's woman enough to say, "I regret that. I don't respect the whole, downplaying the money. The money was great. The money was great when you wanted it. And 9 times out of 10, the adult film stars that we hear complain about money, they're lying. They weren't. And you know what? I take that back. Maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe they don't pay the best. I can't imagine a woman throwing her morals away, her dignity, and not make sure she's getting somewhat of a good paycheck, especially when you make a name for yourself like a Mia Khalifa and you're getting up there. I can't imagine a company being dumb enough to try to rob you and then you end up taking them to court because you have the money. And now they're looking crazy in front of a judge trying to say, well, we just thought, no, you tried to rob this. So I just can't imagine it. But it doesn't mean that I put it past any of them, especially companies that are in inner workings with, all types of scummy businesses. So I do appreciate the woman in her to say, hey, yo, I made some mistakes. Whether she wants to say the money was bad or not, maybe it was, but I made some mistakes. It's a good look so that young women out here can see someone like that and go, man, Mia Khalifa, beautiful, made a lot of money, and she regrets it. Maybe it's not all it looks like they make it out to be. It's not what it's cut out to be. But saying that, oh, if I never met this person, I wouldn't have did this. You can meet a criminal and not become a criminal. You can meet a user and not become a user. You can meet an abuser and not ever become an abuser. It's just not fair to say something like that. Pardon me.
To distance yourself from the industry that brought you your fame, especially when you're still using the same false name that most people know you by. Her criticism of the industry rings hollow when she still runs an OnlyFans and profits off of the fame she made from it. Simply working as an actor in any way in the industry has permanent consequences. Even with all of the fame and money that Mia got from her short-lived career, it will never buy back her privacy.
Explain yourself.
Remove all of the content that still continues to haunt her today. For most actresses and actors though, they get far less money and fame and still have to deal with all of the same consequences. They can't live off of
You can't escape the consequences.
by appearing on podcasts. They have to get real jobs. Something that a career in the industry makes a lot harder if it ever gets out. There are other problems that such a career can make for you, even though society is still squeamish about discussing it. Studies have shown time and time again that for many people out there, having a large number of partners before marriage can sometimes make it more likely that you will actually get divorced. Of course, this is an ironclad rule, and it doesn't mean that your past determines your future, but it is still a social pattern. Even taking in Mia Khalifa's string of divorces into account seems to prove the point, especially if you have this content out there on the internet. I mean, commodifying your
2 divorces
and selling intimacy as a product is always going to be worse for your future happiness, and especially terrible if you ever get married and the guy finds out. Even though this is a harsh truth for serial dating that society expects and celebrates today, it doesn't make it any less true. It's less clear whether simply watching adult films has the same effect though. We at least know that it can have a negative effect for people already in serious relationships. Whether it makes a difference beforehand is still kind of up in the air, but you can imagine it probably would. But as we'll soon find out, this may be the least concerning problems that people in the industry face. It can be easy to focus solely on women in the industry. It's inevitably what most of the actual films are focused on. They're the big names that draw the biggest audiences, but tons of the same problems that women face are equally challenging for men as well. Bill Bailey was just one of those male stars. To begin with, making it as a man in the industry is more harder than you'd think. The pressures to perform under harsh lighting for hours at a time isn't something that most people could ever deal with. The use of performance enhancers like Viagra is so widespread it's almost expected, but those who can deal with the pressure and make a name for themselves can often have far longer careers than women, starring in lots of videos. Bill Bailey was one of these men, appearing in over 2,000 videos across his career. Viagra isn't the only drug that gets abused in the industry. The use of other stimulants like amphetamines are very common, as well as heavy alcohol use to deal with this lifestyle, and it was this vice that would lead to Bill's tragic death. You see, whilst attending an industry expo in early March of 2019, people reported seeing Bill drinking heavily throughout the day. Later that night, while staying in a 4th floor apartment with his girlfriend, Bill fell over the handrail of his balcony and plummeted 4 stories to the ground, and local reports claimed that he was involved in some kind of argument before the incident, but authorities ruled that there was no foul play involved. Obviously though, male stars working within the industry are a very small group compared to all of the men that are affected by it. However tragic the performances stories might be, the real changes to society come from mass consumption by the audience and the effects it has on them. We've known for about 20 years now that addiction and addictive behaviors cause fundamental negative changes to the brain. Studies on addictive drugs show damage to the frontal lobes from sustained use. It isn't just the effects of the substances themselves. Even in people with an addiction to food, we see the same degradation and loss of brain matter. These changes are clear through people's behavior, as well as through an MRI machine. Addicts are more likely to show poor judgment towards their own actions and the consequences that come with them. They lose their willpower and their ability to resist these addictions. They become more impulsive and emotionally unstable. We now understand that addictions seem to replace that reward system in our brains used to regulate normal life. They get hijacked, redirecting your own ambition for success and happiness towards the focus of the addiction. These addictions and the negative effects they have are exactly the same for sexual activity and the consumption of adult material. The content offers an alternative to a fulfilling, healthy life and connections with other people, a great social group, deep, meaningful relationships, connection with the society around you. Instead, adult content is a replacement that's far easier to get, but which alienates you from what's truly valuable in life. And companies like MindGeek, the owner of most of the major tube sites, have turned this addictive component into a multi-billion-dollar money.
Skip scene.
Their inner systems, making a generation of wankers are the best way to hack into men's brains and exploit their inner systems, making a generation of wankers. This is one of the largest changes to society we've seen in the 21st century, and we're only now learning what the real consequences are. A shocking 87% of college-age men in America watch adult content, 50% weekly and 20% every single day, and these numbers are only going up. I mean, is it any surprise that nearly a third of young men are now going without intimate contact for years at a time? They're both having their willpower taken away while being offered an easy alternative at the same time. That ambition to do great things and accomplish something in your life is being squashed and redirected, all to line the pockets of some shady people at a shady company that nobody's even heard of. Coincidentally, MindGeek recently changed their name to ALO, a few months after a documentary was released on Netflix shining a light on their shady practices. And at the bottom of this pyramid are all the countless stars and performers that produce the content that fuels this money machine, making schoolgirls, normal people, broke people, anyone and everyone, to become their own stars and make their own OnlyFans, whilst addicting almost every single man to becoming more disconnected from society. Most of the people who make their way through the industry pipeline come out the other end with a few dollars and a bunch of regrets. Recruiters look for people with troubled backgrounds, who have enough of a negative self-image to consider the work in the first place. But the work never solves their problems, and generally makes them worse. Even the famous and popular performers can easily hit rock bottom once the work dries up, just like the subject of our next story, Jenni Lee. Like most of the people we've talked about today, Jenni came from humble beginnings. Born in the early 80s, she grew up in Clarksville, a small city in Tennessee, before beginning her career as a model, then as an adult film star.
Irish. Little Irish in her.
The industry,
Mixed Irish.
In over 100 films to date. From 2003 to 2009,
100
Jenni made
movies.
herself, rising up the ranks and becoming incredibly popular with fans. Even today, over a decade after she retired, her name is still on the list of top performers on tube sites. And yet despite her work, Jenni got married at just 22 years old, although rather expectedly by 2006 she was divorced from her husband. The question is, where is she now? Well, it's not really a fairy tale ending. After trying to leave the industry in 2009, Jenni Lee moved to Vegas to work as a model, but we can gather that her career didn't actually plan out as expected. She was still allegedly appearing in films all the way until 2016, when she appeared to drop off the face of the earth. That was until 3 years later, when a Dutch film crew exploring the tunnels under Las Vegas inexplicably found her living there in a vast network of homeless people. The brief interview they conducted with her is shocking to watch, but by her own admission, she seems kind of okay with how things turned out.
But I'm happy. I have everything I need here.
It's thought that between 1,000 and 1,500 people live in the tunnels under Sin City. Jenni describes their life as hard, but that the shared struggles breed a sense of community amongst the other lost people who made their lives underground. Now, of course, there's a bunch of dangers here, from flash floods and sewage to addicts and extreme temperatures, not to mention crime. However, since this interview, not much has been known about Jenni's life. She might still be down there, scratching out living amongst other people who don't judge her for her looks or her background. It should be clear at this point what's going on in the industry. It takes people who are generally already unstable because of their childhoods and lures them in with false money. They trade away their dignity and their privacy, and even if they're successful, the industry will just spit them out a few years later. This has been going on for decades, but the question still remains, why is it getting worse now? Websites like OnlyFans and other self-promotion tools claim they're giving the power to the performers and taking it away from a predatory industry. which is a crazy thing to say when these sites are just incentivizing normal regular people to start becoming online adult stars. And if their claims were actually working, we wouldn't be seeing the disturbing rise in the casualties. Instead, OnlyFans is one small part of a group of problems that are hitting performers one after another. The site essentially helped carry on the work of the tube sites by creating a single global marketplace. While this might sound liberating, in fact it only makes the competition far harder for actresses that would have had stable deals with production companies just a decade or so before. In the same way that dating apps have made it far harder for men to find someone by giving people so many different options, it's done the same thing to the film industry. Then there's all the problems that people working in the industry already faced, that have only gotten worse. There may not even be that many more substance abuse issues
Pull it up.
years ago, but the risks today
What was that line?
New synthetic drugs, which are both far more potent and far more deadly, have flooded the market, and are used to numb the pain and fill the dad-shaped hole left in these stars. And as their drugs get more and more tainted, they need higher doses to even live with their lifestyle choices. It's making the lives of these performers far more dangerous. The mental health crisis that the rest of the world is going through is just as bad as in the adult film industry, if not more so. Performers in the industry get PTSD at 70% of the rate of combat veterans, either from the trauma that brought them to the industry in the first place, or from trauma which happened on set, and even after being on set. At the end of the day, it's an industry of victims. It preys on the weak and broken to make its content, whilst trapping its audience in an addictive cycle. As long as video cameras still exist, the industry isn't going anywhere. But new technologies like AI threaten to change everything. On the one hand, replacing the jobs of performers with AI could ultimately lead to fewer broken lives, but it would also make things far worse for the audience. Giving people access to a way to visualize whatever their desires might be would only make them go further down the addiction rabbit hole. We're already seeing that happen with deepfakes today. With the crazy stuff of AOC and Trump together, you can only imagine what sick things will be made in the coming years. And the efforts of some states to ban the content entirely and stop people from accessing it won't work either. Even just banning adult entertainment sites, like the state of Texas did with Pornhub, isn't enough to stop the flood. In the same way that prohibition never
Alexis? Oh, never mind.
Or anything else, people always find a way to get access to it if the root problem is still there. If the discontent, loneliness, alienation is all pervasive within their society, people will always flock to this content to fill the gaping hole inside of them. In fact, it will completely shut down the kinds of regulation that could actually reduce the harm that the industry causes. The only way for people to really protect themselves is to isolate yourself from it entirely. Breaking that addictive cycle and not fueling an industry that entirely relies on exploitation is the only way to make sure it can't ruin your life.
It's like one of those things in life that it has consequences, but I just wish it was so much easier to show you the difference of someone's life with it and someone's life without it. Because the consequences, they might be little small ones, little small incidences, and the way you're training your mind and the ambition you're unaliving when you're into that, the drive you unalive, the quick instant satisfaction that you're feeding in that, as opposed to the other side. But I mean, y'all know this. Like the young guys, they know this. This generation of gooners, they know this. They know the damage. They've lived with it and then lived without it. They've gone with it and gone without it. So they know the impact it has. It's just not an easy decision, or not an easy it takes discipline. It takes making a decision to say, I'm cool. Alright, chat. Oh, hold up. You ain't going nowhere. Where you think you're going? Where you think you're going, chat? No place.
50,000 cars.
Remember Carmine?
On cars.com.
Remember when Carmine said, but I ain't going no place.
We all have that one day idea.
He did. He did in fact go someplace.
Make a move. Then let's.
When it comes to
He choked on his food.
Roaming around somewhere, but for celebrities, fame always
Pardon.
has a way of tracking them down.
Oh.
These are the legendary encounters where stars discovered they're not one of a kind. This fan showed up convinced he nailed the Ronaldo look. CR7 took one glance and decided to humble him real quick.
Well, that's the last time you'll try that.
Like stories end in tears. This Wednesday Addams cosplayer got the surprise of a lifetime when the real Jenni
Nice.
Ortega showed up.
That's love.
Hold on. Let me see the outfit. Hi, I'm Doris. Do you want to come inside and see our set and situation? Let's go this way.
Your set?
Conan's interviewed thousands of guests, but sitting across from his own doppelganger, that's a first for all of us.
I've seen that face somewhere. Right, chat?
So you're in now. You must be a fanatic. You must watch the show all the time.
Actually, no.
Honest.
It's a little.
But once the resemblance was obvious, Conan decided to have some fun and turn it into the ultimate experiment in confusion.
How you doing, Conan O'Brien? How you doing, Conan O'Brien? Conan O'Brien. Nice to see you over there. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Appreciate it.
No problem.
You know I like color on TV.
You got the show? Yeah. Sure did. Conan? Yeah. Conan O'Brien.
Connor.
Oh yeah, because people are asking, and they're saying that you look different. So. No, TV does that. You know how it is. TV does that. It's different than everybody said, no, it's got to be it. I mean, it's something like it. Yeah.
I mean, what else could it be? A doppelganger? Sitting outside and pranking?
Oh my gosh, I get it all the time. Every time I go get my hair done, wow, she looks like Katy Perry. Maybe it's the eyeballs, because we both got blue ones.
It's the big eyeballs.
Are you the country version of me? Everybody said I look like you. Were we separated at birth? Something like that. Something like this.
Something like that, something like this.
Gordon
That
Ramsay's
ain't bad
confidence
at
is
all.
legendary, but meeting his lookalike on live TV shook him in a way horrible food never could.
Martin in Kent, why are you cooking along? Oh, Gordon.
Gordon and Gordon. Gordon, meet Gordon.
You need help? I need help with my cooking. Yeah, I do. I cooked once for my ex-girlfriend.
Look, he's got the gestures,
That's the story, basically.
the hand movements.
Please help me. I want to learn from the best, Gordon. That's you. So
He's got it.
Has anyone ever told you that you look a little bit like me?
No.
Gordon, I get told a lot, but you know what? I've got the look, but I can't cook. So help me out, mate.
When your Taylor Swift lookalike
That
is
checks
so
out.
strong, it turns out you can accidentally ruin someone's entire week.
Come on. It's Ashley. It's Ashley. It's just Ashley. It's just Ashley.
Taylor, I love you so much.
Just Ashley. Just Lucy. Go.
Most people would be flattered meeting their lookalike, but Dr. Phil, let's just say he wasn't a fan of this particular version of himself.
I don't want to talk to you.
Why not?
That's despicable. I don't want to talk to you. You can go.
Who do you think you are, huh?
Bye.
I'm you.
No, I'm not finished talking to you.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Let's go.
Jonathan Shaban proved you don't need your best.
Hey, he threw Dr. Phil off so much that Dr. Phil started acting like a toddler. I'm done with you. No, you're not. Yes, you are. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Like, bro, security got this. Just enough is said. You gotta go. No, I don't. Yes, you do.
Clone, and he made sure Kim saw every second of it.
Oh, hello.
What?
Hi.
Why did you...
Really?
I thought that was... I was going to say, that looks like Kim's car, but I was like, nah.
That's so crazy.
They're on their way to Oregon, so it's like, wait, I'm here at the front.
Want somebody here? Stop.
Yeah. That's so funny.
This whole thing is weird and fun.
Yeah, it is really
Well, there's Kim.
Yeah, well, hello.
Two McGregor lookalikes thought they were just having a laugh on a night out until their performance.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought that was Kim speaking. I didn't realize the lookalike was the one speaking.
And while we're on McGregor, you never see this guy's face, but his impression is so good, Connor was left utterly speechless.
There is a well-known rap who owes his bollocks off to the Russian government. Would you get that man to BKFC if that man needed $1 or two? You know, he clearly needs some money to pay back the Russian government. The man is a fool of a thing. With bare knuckle, a man versus a man. Let it all end there, in the Coliseum, the Coliseum.
Connor, do you want to?
The Coliseum.
Sounds like I'm talking. I don't know.
Want to actually stick to your health goals this new year? Maybe
Sounds like my thoughts. This conversation happened in my head before.
Who the f is that guy?
But what happens when your lookalike is
Connor's inner dialogue.
Farrell and Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith proved the resemblance is so uncanny. Jimmy Fallon had to bring them together.
Chad, Will. I know that you guys kind of look alike. I did not know that you dress similar. You dress alike as well.
Well, Conan, you let the cat out the bag.
All right,
I mean, Jimmy.
Let's not start off like this. I mean, here's what happened.
Wait, who are you talking to, Will or Chad?
Talking to Will. Yeah.
The comparison is undeniable, but who's actually cooler? They let the drums answer that question.
Take notes, Chadwick. And that's how it's done.
Wait, that wasn't bad though. But of course.
Take that, funny man.
Funny man.
Looks like baby learned how to play the drums.
But if you thought it was over, think again, because Chad was officially done with the comparisons, and what he did next made it absolutely clear.
And growing up on rock music.
Shut up!
Drusky's gone through thousands of auditions
Who?
for his show Could Have Been Records, but when this guy walked in...
Who's that?
He's gone through thousands... Drusky's gone through thousands
Okay.
of auditions for his show Could Have
Drusky.
Been Records, but when this guy walked in, it should have been called Could Have Been Brothers.
What do you mean by that?
Twin. My twin, man. Twin. Bring it in, brother. I love you, brother.
Love is love.
Yeah, man. One of our mamas got some respect.
I love, love, love.
What happened? Who's your dad?
Timothée Chalamet's had a lot of iconic moments, but meeting his budget version on Drusky's show might top them all.
Bring him in! Bring him in!
I like the energy. More passion, more energy.
Yeah, you're doing good, bro.
Yep.
Your dad's out here, bro.
Come on,
Martin King Christmas Day locked in, baby. Fuck going on? Let's go, dog.
Don't circle around me like a lion pack, like a pack of lions.
What is that? What's that?
The Schwepp.
Come on, bro.
I got it from
Hold on,
him.
wait. Say it up. Say it up.
Schwepp.
Exactly, bro.
I got it from him.
You're on that wavelength. I'm saying.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Okay.
Come on.
Sorry about that, man. No, it's not that rude.
Really?
Hit me.
Yo.
I'll see you
I'm
Thanksgiving.
gonna hit you, Timmy. I'm gonna hit you.
Thanksgiving.
Don't hit me. If you got that from him, you need to give it back to
And The
him.
Rock took that to heart by rewarding his clone in the most epic way possible.
Yeah, I seen this. I seen like a little short.
And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I love
Why are you cutting all their heads off? Is that me? That is me.
Enjoy your new truck.
Love.
Adam Sandler's known for putting his friends in movies, but after meeting his younger lookalike, he might have just found the ultimate casting opportunity.
For as long as the 23-year-old can remember,
Dang.
told him he looks just
I was hoping I could get that role. I'm trying to play the biopic.
I gotta see that cutie in person. He's a younger, better looking version of him.
Brother, beat me to it.
Let's get him. They're meeting for the first time.
Yeah.
I'll get him alright.
It's a younger, sweeter, better version of me.
But honestly, that must have blown your mind when you found out his name was actually Max Kessler.
That was really nice. I was happy you were happy. That was my favorite part. Somebody sent me a clip at my house.
and show me your first thing you did. You
Pardon me.
Give us a second. I think yeah, you got it all cooking.
Wow.
Everything Max did.
Just like him.
Happy to meet him. We do everything together now. We're besties. That's my boy, Max.
Ben Stiller's tackled all
That's
types
my
of
boy.
characters over the years.
Remember the
When
movie?
the opportunity came to become Tom Cruise, he treated it like the role of a lifetime.
I don't think of myself as a stunt double, really. It's more like I'm a stunt. One, you know, he's harmless.
One after one.
He's harmless.
That checks out.
We've worked together for so long now. It's almost like, I don't know, it's kind of like we almost finish each other's sentences, kind of. But, I mean, I don't think we've ever finished each other's sentences.
Getting mistaken for another star is part of being famous, but for Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg, the confusion happens so often that they...
Tom Cruise might be funnier than we thought.
Sometimes you...
What the freak do you want? That's what they need, right? They need a commercial with a husband and wife where the woman is just not having it. And then at the end they're like, for the days when she's not having it. Or for the days when she's just not having it. Just have it. You get it? Like, just make sure you stock up on the product. For the days she's just not having it. Just make sure you have it. You just have it. Something like that. You know, I can work on it. But he's like, hey, hon, bacon or sausage this morning? Shut the freak up. You gotta have her, like, you know, overly going out of her way to just be aggressive. Just freaking pick one.
Thank you for somebody else, because there's that thing I guess where you're out and about and people see you and they know him. Did they ever come up and say,
yeah.
Hey, hon, you doing anything? Does it look like I'm not doing anything?
And I've talked to Mark.
Tone it down a little bit.
Because he gets me. People will come up and say, "I love you" in the Born Identity. So Mark and I have a deal. If we're mistaken for one another, we have to be as polite as possible.
Yeah, make each other look good.
Oh yeah. No, and you just have to be as nice as possible. And if they keep the thing going, you have to keep it going. So
like, wow, Mark Wahlberg is nice.
When I'm saying, and I just say thank you.
No, they don't. Are you serious?
Yeah, and Matt always gets it all the time too. You know, it says they always say, you know, talk about I Loved You and Ted or one of these other movies that I've done, and you know, we just kind of laugh it off. And I never correct anybody.
Mark, are you lying to me? No one has ever told anyone they loved them in Ted. Unless it was Ted.
What don't look like me?
But he makes a good point.
I like what this guy has to say.
I know, you're me.
I know you're not, I'm you.
I know, I'm kidding.
I know you're kidding.
I know you're kidding about me kidding, I'm kidding.
Wanna go see a movie?
Yeah.
There you go. Think. Come on, Mick. Come on, you can do this, right? What you got there? Hey, why? What, Sam? Yeah. There you go. All right. Hey, you know, I've got a great idea.
Yeah, go on.
Hey, why don't you go out and do the rooster? Hey, but not sick. Do the rooster, like, little style.
Style?
Yeah.
All right, I've got time for one more question.
What does this guy want?
Well, you're kind of like looking in the mirror.
I've been impersonating you for a large portion of my adult life, and can I sit in your chair?
Sure, why not? You got to put him up.
So it's okay when he does it, huh? As long as they mock you, but in a praising you way. I wanna impersonate you because I look up to you. But the other guy, he's not kissing butt, and now you're like, get him out of here. You're done. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Screen, let me see if he really does look like me.
What's his wife think? Does she think he might get... Hey, if you get his wife's pass...
Despite the massive success that you've had, you still get mistaken for another celebrity.
Who?
Daniel Radcliffe. You get mistaken for him. It still happens. And just take a look at this. It's eerie.
Oh, yeah.
The transformation is so subtle that it's creepy almost.
Wait, I may have thought it was you in a movie and it was him. Or vice versa. There it is. Yeah.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Right.
Harry Potter.
When your clone looks this similar, you're one step away from being replaced. And in Logan Paul's case,
I don't think that's the case.
The difference.
This kid goes home last night at, what, 2 a.m., goes to bed.
Oh, it's not him.
After party.
Yeah, that's like unlike you. To be honest, I was a little bit disappointed. I was like, damn, I want to party with my brother. He's like, oh, I'm going to sleep.
Because he's in a relationship now.
That's not him.
It's the #1 podcast in the world right now. That's not.
I didn't even notice
I
that.
thought it was good. I thought it was better than usual, if you ask me.
Perfect.
You're looking good too, bro. You're looking leaner. You've been working out more.
Does nobody know?
Pride.
Former soccer player Micah Richards thrives on workplace banter, but this prank caught him so off.
I don't think anybody. Maybe they were in on it. I don't know.
Will the real Nina Dobrev please stand up? Watch this actress receive an award from none other than her celebrity double, Victoria Justice.
And your choice TV actress sci-fi fantasy is my doppelganger, Nina Dobrev.
It wasn't me, chat. I don't know what just happened. It wasn't me, chat. It's an old video of Teen Choice Awards. I don't know if they even do that.
Money, sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel.
I don't know what happened.
That's right, I don't need these anymore.
Talk shows thrive on the energy of a live crowd, and hosts love interacting with them. But spotting your twin in the audience, that's a whole different level of surreal.
And I look out and I see someone who looks like me when I glanced over there. I was like, hi. I was like, what am I doing in the audience? Why am I there? Am I in a parallel universe right now?
But for Steve Harvey, meeting his lookalikes has happened so many times.
Odd numbers.
It's just part of the job at this point.
Spider-Man meme? Is that what he said?
My handsome husband.
Best looking damn dude ever been on Family Feud. Looking at him go, he's actually, you know, I really hate to say this. I hate to say this, but I'm an honest guy. You actually a little better looking than I am. Yeah. It's kind of hurting me a little bit. Good to see you.
Hurt me.
I ain't looking at my uncle. This ain't a family member right here. I just like my cousin.
Who are you?
I'm the Terminator.
Who are you?
I'm the Terminator. I'm the T-800. Cybernetic organism. Human tissue of a metal endoskeleton. I'll be back. 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 I'll be back.
I'll be right back.
Thanks for watching, and wish you all a happy new year.
That's how he should have finished it. I'll be right back.
May I help you?
We'll be asking the questions, old man. Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
I'm not blind, you blind.
That is what I just said.
You just said what?
I did not say what. I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
And you is answering.
Shut up. You.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
I am me. He's me. And I'm you.
And I'm about to whoop your old ass, man, because I'm sick of playing games. You, me, everybody's ass around here. Him, I'm going to kick his ass. I'm sick of it.
You, me, everybody. Everybody love everybody. Get out.